Going live, going live. Johnny Five is alive. I love you too, Sonny Boy. What's going on, everyone? Bart here with Tully Television, and I'm kind of back trying to do these streams, man. The last few months has been very hectic, very busy for not only myself, but for the family, for my editor. We have released some new content over the last week or two. We just got done with the Obi Wan series review. We have all 6 episodes of that up. We have our Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness review up. Um, I'm in the process of sending Umbrella Academy episodes to Smokey Bishop. Stranger Things 2, I haven't gotten yet to do that. And we still need to do a Miss Marvel series review at least to that effect. But yeah, I got my little Rocky versus Creed fight card up there, and that's my Christmas story little poster up there, and I got Joker back up. But yeah, back at it, trying to be back at it, and a lot of things have happened since then, since my last stream. One of the biggest things I want to talk about tonight, and I'm going to start off with this, and then I'm going to talk about a couple other little things too. But the first thing I want to talk about is Vince McMahon. Holy guacamole, man. There's been a lot of information that's come out over the last couple of weeks with this scenario. And I'm going to try to do the best I can to relay the information to you guys that are unfamiliar or not sure what's going on. Um, but Vince McMahon currently is being investigated by the board of directors of WWE for using hush money and non disclosure agreements to be able to do things with females and try to get away with it. Uh, how this all really started was there was this paralegal who was working for the company for 2 years. The first year she was making 100,000 a year. Then the second year she was making 200,000 a year, and then she wound up getting a non-disclosure agreement of some cash. And it wound up being that the reason why that was going on was that Vince was having an affair with her, and then supposedly passed her on to John Laurinaitis, who was director of talent relation at the time. He's no longer with the company, and I'd really like to see how the family gatherings are from his end, being that Daniel Bryan, Brian Danielson, Daniel Bryan, or whatever, uh, is being related to him through marriage. He's related. He's dating the mother of Brie and Nikki Bella. John Laurinaitis is, and Brian Danielson is the husband of Brie Bella, and Daniel Bryan is a pretty upstanding citizen for the most part. So I'm wondering how that's going to play out during Christmas time and Thanksgiving and stuff. He was released, and Vince McMahon had made some television appearances after the initial allegations. And rumor was having that after the first appearance, when he went back to the back, he was like, "No, after him, pal. I'm gonna show him." And it didn't work out too well for him because then more and more people started coming forward. There was an alleged rape of a female referee from many years ago. There was a talent that was said that she was propositioned by Vince McMahon, and all these are alleged things that happened. Uh, Supposedly, I am in no way in uh, any way saying that Vince did or did not do this. I don't have the evidence either way, and it's not up to me to provide that evidence. I'm just trying to pass some information along to the audience of what's going on. Obviously, here at Tully Television, we don't condone any sort of sexual misappropriation, sexual misconduct. We here are very much, if you're an adult and you're consenting with another adult, then more power to you. We don't care how you want to have an orgasm. If you're a guy and wants to be with a guy, you're a guy that wants to be with a girl. If you want to be, uh, it's whatever it is on you that is, like I said, consenting adults. I I don't have a problem with it. You know what I mean? Even if, like I've always been iffy on blaming guys all the time when it comes to these things because I get that people like Harvey Weinstein, like Vince McMahon, who seem to have a history of this, yes, they are of a higher tax bracket. They probably feel like they can get away with anything because of the amount of money and power that they have. So I will say that probably makes females feel a certain way or males feel a certain way when interacting in these type of scenarios because you, especially when you're trying to get into the business that they're running, you want to try to seem like you're a team player. You want to seem like you'll do anything to reach the top. Um, and Normally, most normal people would want the talent to speak for itself, the experience to speak for itself, the possibilities that lay ahead for these people to speak for itself. And so I can understand sometimes when people say women should just come out and say it, or um, why do they wait so long and stuff like that. I can't personally speak for everybody that has had um, gone through a sexual assault, but I will speak for myself as a person who went through that as a child. Um, there's a lot of shame that comes with that. There's a lot of confusion on why someone you love and or respect is doing that to you, and so I didn't really admit nothing out of that abuse until I was an adult, and those things were happening to me between the ages of 7 and 12. So I mean, I can understand why women or people who've been through a sexual assault wait so long. It's because of the embarrassment. People don't want others to know what happened, and because then it's like, well, did it really happen to you, or are you looking for money from Vince, or this or that? And it's kind of like at some point where there's smoke, there's fire. You know, like for instance, you never really heard of Triple H. I mean, even though he was married to Vince McMahon was married, so the marriage doesn't matter sometimes to people. But you don't hear like Triple H being like that with the females. You may have Triple H try to pull a power move on you, as far as like behind the scenes, he'll cut you down and has a lot to say that way. But that he, it. I don't think he's ever had any accusations towards him. If you look at other people, you know, it's if it's about money, there's other people that you can go after too. Um, yeah, you want to try to get the most money, so you're going to go for the top of the line. Top of the line guy, if you are trying to scam, you're going to try to scam the top guy, I guess. I don't know. But um, so Vince, more information came out about Vince, and he retired. He stepped down. He's not in charge of the WWE anymore. He's not involved in creative, nothing. He cannot take a part in anything of the company. He has a lot of stock into the company, and yes, that is going to be probably a problem here and there for the time being. But in the meantime, Tony Khan and Stephanie McMahon have become co CEOs of the WWE. Uh, Very reminiscent of Jericho and China being co IC titles, IC title holders. Triple H became the head of talent relations and of the creative. Now, Bruce Pritchard and Kevin Dunn had worked with Vince McMahon for many years, and they very much know the style that Vince McMahon wants. When Triple H was running NXT, it was kind of a completely different style, and a lot of people enjoyed that. So I'm kind of hoping that what he did for NXT before it became NXT 2.0 in remembrance of Adam Lorne from What Culture. If you have yet to watch that channel, What Culture WWE, those guys are phenomenal in reporting wrestling news of all sorts. AEW, WWE, Ring of Honor in Japan, uh, NWA, Power on occasion. But yeah, Vince McMahon finally stepped down, and I thought I would never see the day that Vince McMahon would not be involved with the WWE, because I always thought he was going to die at the job. Like, his mother is like 100 years old and still alive. He's in his 80s or something, or close to it, and if the mother's any indication, geez Louise, he's still got a long time to go. But and this is only just starting. I don't know where it's going to lead to. I don't know if it's going to be any big changes immediately. There is a pay-per-view going on this upcoming Saturday, which would be 29th to 30th, SummerSlam. And I want to just make sure that I report the correct day. The correct day. The day. WWE SummerSlam for 2022. Yeah, July 30th on a Saturday. And so I'll be definitely watching that. And I don't know really if it's going to be any different, like any immediate changes before then, because they're probably going to try to finish up whatever storylines they had initially. And yeah, it's. I'm just really curious on how they're going to take care of that. It's crazy. It's crazy, man. And as far as uh, Stephanie being in charge and Triple H, basically, um, I mean, from what I hear, Triple H is a way different. Uh, what do you call it? Executive than he was a person, that professional wrestler, because he did a lot to try to keep his spot. But now that he's running the place, I and he did such a great job at NXT. I'm really excited about how things can turn out. See fresh matchups, get Paul Heyman more involved. I'm gonna bite into this. And yeah, I mean Stephanie seems to be an okay executive too. From what everyone says, everyone loves her behind the scenes. She really tries to be there as much as she can for her staff, for the wrestlers and stuff. So I'm pretty. It's a mixed bag because so many years seeing Vince McMahon on television and you know enjoying his character of Mr. McMahon, uh, the whole "you're fired," the Kiss My Ass Club, the stories that he was able to tell between him and Stone Cold. Um, it was really a fun time watching him. And yes, there were a lot of things that, as a fan, I would have not did this or that storyline wise. And there were a lot of things that he did um, in character, I guess. um, that was like, man, like making Trish Stratus uh, walk around on her hands and knees in her underwear set, barking like a dog, having Kelly do a striptease in the middle of the ring on his desk, that type of stuff. And it's really like, I can understand why people would believe that he did these things pretty immediately. And it's really a shame. It's really a shame. I admired his grit and his determination, and um, a lot of people say he killed the wrestling business, and that may be true in some sense because even when Stone Cold Steve Austin turned heel, a lot of fans lost a little something in their hearts for the character and for the story and for wrestling itself. Uh, I guess Stone Cold was right. Don't trust anybody. And I just hope that these women, if, again, I'm just going to say if true, uh, I wouldn't see why I can't see all these women lying. You know what I mean? I just wish that these people can find some sort of peace in their life because of this. And I'm hoping that this gives a little bit more peace to know that he's not going to be in direct contact with as many people as he once was. And now that it's really shown that he's kind of like a really bad scavats when it comes to certain things, it's going to be a very interesting thing on how it goes with him and how it goes with the WWE. The stock is up 10% since his departure, and a lot of wrestlers that are um, used to be involved or maybe secretly still involved or wishing and hoping things will change now with Vince out of the driver's seat and Bruce Pritchard and Kevin Dunn pretty much on their way out too because they're Vince McMahon guys. They probably knew what was going on. And uh, they could be just as culpable depending on how much they really knew, you know? And I hear a great thing of like, you're so rich you could have hired a sex worker, right, to come in for after hours, uh, rub you back, light your cigar, do a little rub and tug. And would have saved you all this money from non disclosure agreements, from lawsuits, and this and that. That you could have just hired someone who's willing and had nothing to do with nothing. But people who do this usually do it because of power. And uh, they just have a thing with power. And it's a shame. So, my thoughts and prayers go out to everyone involved. And hopefully, like I said, anyone who's been hurt, I hope they can find some peace. And I hope that Vince McMahon can find some help for his things, for his issues. And as far as I'm understanding, there's been no extension of Shane McMahon to come, invitation to come back. I don't think they want him back. They released him a few months ago for trying to go over big time in the Royal Rumble. Like, he wanted to be the one to eliminate Brock Lesnar. I think he wanted to try to show that he can be as fast as a striker as Matt Riddle, who was a real MMA fighter. I mean, Shane McMahon is sweating his fucking balls off walking down the aisle, and you want me to believe that MMA trained guy is going to get his ass beat by Shane McMahon. Not saying he wouldn't put in some wallops there, but in a real fight, Matt Riddle would fucking destroy Shane McMahon. Brock Lesnar may destroy Matt Riddle in a real life fight. And so that will trickle down to Shane McMahon as well. Yeah, it's just a real. Brock Lesnar wasn't too happy about Vince stepping down. Supposedly, he left the day of SmackDown. The day it happened was convinced to come back. So we'll see what happens after SummerSlam. That's when I think some of these changes will start being implemented and seen down the road. But I want you to let me know what you all think about the Vince McMahon thing down below. Are you tired of hearing about it? Are you not tired of hearing about it? Uh, do you think the victims are lying? Do you think he's lying? Is there the truth somewhere in the middle? Only they know. Only they know. But yeah, so the next thing that I want to get into today is the current MCU projects that are coming out. And the other day at San Diego Comic Con, so I'm a little hungry. They released some projects that are coming up. And this first one is I Am Groot, coming out August 10th. I guess it's going to be following the adventures of Baby Groot and Rocket Raccoon. And I guess it's going to be 5 short stories following them on little adventures, meeting new characters. It says here Vin Diesel and Bradley Cooper coming back to do the voices of said characters. I'm really not going to be too much into that. I don't think I'm going to be really reviewing that. Then we have Tatiana Maslany as the She-Hulk, Jennifer Walters, cousin of Bruce Banner. That's coming out August 12th, August 17th. Sorry, August 17th. I am interested in this series, but they've kind of changed up the origin story a little bit, which is kind of stupid a little bit, but instead of getting hurt and getting blood transfusions, supposedly there's a car accident and some of the Hulk's blood got on her, like on her skin, and now she's the She-Hulk, and it's kind of lame. I mean, it, you just rub it in like a lotion. I mean, geez Louise, just the blood getting on you. I guess I don't know, man. I think that's kind of dumb. I think that's kind of dumb. But we'll see. I will be watching that and reviewing that. Um, Supposedly there's going to be a werewolf by night Halloween special in October, but they haven't really confirmed that. Then we got Black Panther, Wakanda Forever. Black Panther, Wakanda Forever, coming out November 11th, 2012. And even though I'm not too big on these other series coming out, shows coming out, I am interested in this movie just to the fact of um, I've always liked I've always liked Black Panther, and I liked the first one, and I wanted to really see what they do because with Chadwick Boseman dying a year ago, so now at this point, um, they're gonna have it where he died in the movie, and there's some controversy on whether he should have been recast or killed off. Chadwick's brother had said he would have wanted a recast of the character because he thought the character deserved to be still continuing to be an inspiration for people. And it's kind of hard, but it looks like in this movie we're going to get uh, Namor, who is kind of like how Black Panther's the avatar of the Panther God. Namor is going to be the avatar of whatever this god is that they worship, the Atlanteans. And they're going to confirm he's a mutant in this movie, from what I'm hearing. He looks really good. And some people are complaining that they should have recasted Chadwick as someone else being T'Challa. Supposedly, Michael B. Jordan is going to make a return in the Afterlife plane to talk to Shuri, I guess. And Shuri looks like she's going to become the new Black Panther. M'Baku supposedly is going to take over Wakanda. And Riri Williams is in this, Ironheart. And I think this movie is going to do $1 billion. I'm calling it now. I think this movie is going to be $1 billion movie. And I think this is going to be one of the better projects coming out. So we shall see. Then we have the Guardians of the Galaxy Hollywood Special, Holiday Special, Holiday Special coming out in December. What If Season 2 coming out early 2023. Kraven the Hunter, January 13th, 2023. I think this is going to be part of the Sonyverse. Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania. I am interested in that because Kang is going to be in there. And he's going to be still played by Jonathan Majors, but instead of being known as the One Above All, he's going to be known as Kang the Conqueror. And they even show that he's going to have a confrontation with Scott full on Kang, and we'll really see how that goes because that's going to be pretty interesting. It's going to lead up to a lot of different things. Secret Invasion, Guardians of the Galaxy 3 coming out May 5th. Secret Invasion Spring 2023. Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, that's June 2nd, 2023. Echo in the summer 2023. Loki Season 2 in the summer 2023. I guess a Madam Web movie, The Marvels, July 28th, 2023. And the only thing that's going to make me watch that is Kamala Khan. I liked Miss Marvel, the series I did, and I'm really not big on her character in the comics at all. But the actress won me over on this, and I really hope. I feel like she's going to be the shining light out of this movie. Her and Monica Rambeau. I'm really not too big on Brie Larson as Captain Marvel. I think she's kind of stuck her toe in the cow shit way too many times. X-Men 97, fall of 2023. Ironheart, fall of 2023. Blade, November 3rd, 2023, which is going to be lame if it's rated PG-13. I'm just saying. Agatha, Coven of Chaos. I liked Agatha, but I don't know if that's really going to go over with a bunch of people. El Muerto, January 12th, 2024. Spider-Man Beyond the Spider-Verse, 2024. Daredevil Born Again, spring 2024. And if they don't make that like how they made the Netflix one, it's going to be lame. Captain America New World Order. New World Order. 2024. Thunderbolts, 2024. And let's see here. Fantastic Four, November 8th, 2024. Spider-Man Freshman Year, 2024. Marvel Zombies, 2024. Avengers The King Dynasty, May 2nd, 2025. Followed up by Avengers Secret Wars, November 7th, 2025. So there's going to be a few months separation between two Avengers movies. They pull in the Matrix with that one. And that's it. Like I said, the one I'm really looking forward to is Black Panther 2. Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania. And I'm really hoping that Daredevil is a bit dark and edgy and not BS. I don't know how you can make a Blade movie PG-13 then. Come on. I don't like that. I don't like it. I don't like that shit. Okay? I don't like it. PG-13 Blade? No. Make it rated R, okay? You gotta make Daredevil rated R, okay? And then you gotta make Thunderbolts rated R, okay? Yeah, those certain Marvel zombies, I mean, come on. These movies and shows are gonna need to add a little bit of real stakes. Marvel has been losing themselves as of late. There's no real stakes in the movies. That's why Peacemaker did such a great job. That's why Umbrella Academy does a decent job. The Boys, oh yeah, which by the way we have Boys videos coming out soon. Even The Boys, so well written for so many different characters to be involved with intertwining storylines that you'd think they would get lost in the shuffle. And there's real stakes. People die, people lose their powers, people's relationships may never come back to the way it was. And in MCU, it's like you can't even see a drop of blood. And it doesn't have to be the boys, but like they're adding stakes. They're making real stakes, and I don't know, man. There was more stakes in the Christmas Story because he almost shot his eye out. He really almost thought he was going to go blind. There's more stakes. There's fucking more stakes in Rainbow Bright, man. Like, I don't know, man. I don't know. I just feel like Marvel. I'm still a Marvel fan. Always been a Marvel fan, but a lot of these people have fucked Marvel over, and editors and people in charge have allowed it to happen. And I feel like this X-Men 97 cartoon series is even going to be a little wonky, but we'll see how it goes because I maybe I'm just expecting too much out of something I spent the last 35 years of my life investing into, putting money into, uh, effort into, writing little what if stories on my own. Um, Always wanted to write comic books because of Marvel, and I still want to write comic books. I have a lot of comic book ideas in my brain that I can do with an artist, and it's always a funding issue though because to try to get these things off the ground is really hard. And yeah, yeah, I just think Marvel has lost its step over the years, and they make good movies, man. They look nice. The soundtracks are awesome, and it's great popcorn flicks. But I don't feel like the way I used to about Marvel, and it really started. At, I really started realizing that after Endgame. I was like, oh man, we are. I mean, like I enjoyed WandaVision. I enjoyed Falcon and the Winter Soldier and Loki and stuff. There was things I didn't like about those shows and other movies that came out, but I thought they were okay for the most part. I rated them usually above average, at least to very good, like eights and nines. There's been some episodes that are and parts of movies are eights and nines, but then there's other parts that are like three and fours, and it's like, I don't know, man. I don't know. But which reminds me, before I go, I want to um, actually, I'm gonna write it, hashtag it in the comments here. There's this new comic book universe coming up that I want you guys to check out, and it's by this guy Eric July, and it's done. He's you can order the stuff. It's all done, and it starts shipping out in August. Uh, it's called the Ripperverse, and it's by Eric July. So give that a check out. I definitely want to see how that comic book universe goes because the first uh, series he's putting out is called ISOM, ISOM, and it follows uh, black superhero, and um, and it's written by a black man. And but the way I can tell how it looks, it's going to be for everybody. He's been a comic book fan since a child himself, and he's been tired of these propaganda pieces coming up in our comic books over the years. And he decided to create his own universe. And all the books and art are done. He's not using this money. He's raised over $3 million, and all the books are done. He's not using this money to make the books, and then you have to wait. He can start shipping them out to you like that. Okay, so give him a check out. for sure. And I want to try to get more into the streaming regularly again. And I hope that um, I can find you guys in great spirits. I hope you enjoyed yourself. If you have yet to subscribe, please subscribe down below and hit all on that bell notification. If you're interested in getting any editing needs checked out, check out my guy, Smokey Bishop. His link to his Facebook is down in the description box. Check out our bonfire account down in the description box as well. Any shirts or the coffee mug that you buy goes right back into the channel to try to get better equipment, this, that, the other thing. And yeah, I'm hoping to be back next. And until then, peace, Snookums.